Hello everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. This time I am playing in the new large craft journal. I must just apologise, it's a little bit off centre. I don't quite know why it's done that. Obviously I didn't centre it up properly, but I'm hoping you'll still be able to get a good enough view of what I'm doing. So this is the new larger craft journal. You all know how much I love the small craft journal. I have a feeling that these might be the two main journals that I play in. So I've started off and I'm actually using in Persian Rose and some Dina Wakley Media in Heather. Some really nice pretty pastel colours to start off with, and I'm just popping some colour onto the page using one of Dina's wide brushes. This is the connected dot stencil, and here I'm going in with another Amsterdam acrylic paint, and this one is called Quinacridone Rose Light. I'm just gently putting some of this through the stencil. So this background, I'm wanting it to be quite subtle because I'm going to be going in with quite a bold image on there. So this is Dina Wakley's Turquoise, and I'm using the Angled Paint Blobs stencil. I just love the name of that stencil, it's so funny. And just adding a little bit of an accent colour onto the page too. And like I've said so many times, and I'm not the only one that said this obviously, but this is such a great directional stencil. Here I'm using the new lapis spray through the Mantras stencil. I did also take a print from the stencil after I'd finished as well. This lapis is a really beautiful bright blue colour. You know, just like the paint obviously, but it's great how it goes on through the stencils. It's really nice. So then I'm just adding a little bit of white on white collage tissue paper over the top, just adding a bit more interest onto that background and just starting to break it up a little bit. And I do love how this looks over the top because it's so subtle. My matte medium is nearly run out, so it's nearly time for a new one. So as I've said before, this craft journal, the cardstock in it is quite thirsty, and it does use quite a lot. It drinks quite a lot of the moisture out of whatever you put on it. So you will find using matte medium or even the gloss sprays that you will need to use more than you think. And if you want to use the gloss spray directly onto the page and you don't want it to be kind of fading in and altering the colour, then a thin layer of clear gesso works really well, or like Dina said in her talk tonight when she showed her release, you can also add some acrylic paint onto the background first. So then I'm going in with the pensive face stencil. This is one of my favourite stencils. I love how expressive it is, and I decided this time that I would go in the middle of the page with the stencil, so it was really the focal point of the whole page. And I am using black paint through the stencil with a blending tool. And you can see that I'm using a kind of pouncing motion with the blending tool up and down because I want the application of paint to be quite thick. If you wanted it to be less opaque, then if you kind of gently rub it on the page round and round in circles, you will get a much thinner application of paint. So then I decided that because that is just kind of not grounded anywhere, I was going to extend the stenciling down to the bottom of the page and up to the top. So sort of extending the hair a little bit, but making it sort of fade out also, so that it was a bit, I don't know, just felt like it was meant to be there and not just being plonked in the middle. Okay, so then this is a text stamp from the Say Yes stamp set, and it's just got some kind of scripty Asemic writing on it. It was perfect for just adding onto some of these areas of black at the top and bottom of the page, just to kind of help blend those in a bit more. And I'm using the black archival ink through with that stamp as well. Okay, then this is the Pieces stencil, and I'm just adding a little bit more stenciling onto that background, but I'm using mineral just to keep it fairly subtle. But layers, it's all about the layers. I love adding more and more layers. And I'm also, you notice in some places I am stenciling over the black, and look, I managed to get some right on this image in the middle as well, but it was okay because you can wipe it off with a wet baby wipe or a wet cloth. Then my writing is going on here, so I'm going to do some on the left hand side and some on the right hand side. And I don't know, if you watch my channel regularly, you'll know I am a bit of a worrier, and sometimes if any of you watching this, you're worriers too, you'll know that sometimes worries can get out of control and we can make worries into massive problems when they really aren't. And worrying about things doesn't alter what's going to happen, it just alters how we feel, and it can make us feel so rubbish. So for me, getting in my art room and creating is such a fabulous distraction. And so that was kind of what inspired this page, as it so often does. But yeah, it was a good way to kind of get out of my head and out of my worry train of thought. Creating is such a great way to give yourself some peace, really. So I'm also using my Posca pen and just adding some more dots onto the page, and then printing some circles as well. And then I'm adding some splatters using the new Sterling gloss spray. This is the prettiest gloss spray. I think it's one of my favourites. When it's dry, the shine and the glitter is just, oh, it's just so beautiful. If you are going to get one, you will absolutely love it. You will not be disappointed. Then I decided I wanted to add some more white onto the page just for a bit more contrast, because I didn't think there was really enough contrast going on. So adding a bit of white and then a little pop of pink as well. This is a fluorescent pink acrylic marker pen from Molotow. It's a one for all acrylic fluorescent pink pen. And then I decided I would do a little bit of journaling up the side of the face, the pensive face stencil. So this is a little in the style of the Islamic writing, so I know what it says, but nobody else would be able to read it. So that's about it for this page. So tune in, there should be a video every day showing some more of the new release from Dina Wakley for May 2022. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon.